Good evening, everyone. Happy Wednesday, or whenever you are watching this video meditation. I'm Reverend Robert Nashok, aka the Spiritual Spinster, and this is our weekly spin into stillness. That time of the week that we make for ourselves to be still, to have a discussion with, or a communication, I should say, with the deepest part of ourselves, our divine me, our deep me, our greater me, however you would like to envision it. But this is that time that we are with ourselves and having that deep exchange. And we're doing it as a community of online meditators. So we are both within ourselves and finding that light within, and we are also finding that light within with everyone here. And the community experience involves a couple of steps that we have to make that experience a shared experience. And the first part of our meditation is to set an intention. Now, I like to write them down, articulating what we want, knowing what we want, and then having the courage to articulate it, I think, is very important in our own manifestation, in our own just knowing who we are and knowing what we want out of our experiences in life. And so this intention is basically what you are hoping to experience as a result of your meditating here and on a regular basis. So it doesn't have to be complicated, but it does help to write it down. I'm always in a habit of writing them on these little slips of paper, because when we were in person, if we were doing this in person, I would invite, again, everyone to write it down on a little slip of paper, and then I would invite you to bring up your slip of paper to me, and I would have a bowl of fire, basically, that we would toss the flames into, and that way we've had the courage to articulate what we want, what we are desiring from this meditation, what we expect. And then we're letting it go. So we're not gonna identify this intention and then hold tight to it beyond our meditation and our own reflection of it. We're gonna let it go. And so if you've got this little slip of paper, you can hold it in the palm of your hand, add energy to it, and send energy my way, so that when I write another slip in addition to my own intention that says everyone's intentions, that little slip of paper serves as a proxy for everyone submitting their intentions to me at the conclusion. So it's time to write. And again, doesn't have to be complicated, but whatever you are intending or expecting as a result of meditating here now, go for it. All right, so I've written mine, and I've also written everyone's intentions. You can't really see it through the glare, but everyone's intentions. So this one is the proxy. Again, we will hold on to these as we meditate this evening, and then we'll toss them into a nice bowl of fire. So that was part one of our laying the groundwork for our exchange with our deep self. Part two is we draw an oracle card. The card will be from the Star Codes Astro deck. I love this deck. We're still using it. We still haven't gotten through all the cards, and I'm looking forward to doing that. And I'm awaiting the inspiration for new cards, but for now, I just love these so much. It's hard to part with them right now, and so I'm not going to. And they seem to be working very well. I love looking back and seeing the unfolding of the journey with this deck. So I'm going to shuffle them, and I'm going to draw the top card from the deck. Now, you don't have to subscribe to the speaking of subscribing, please remember to subscribe to whatever page or both that you are viewing this meditation and experiencing this meditation on, and then remember to like the individual meditation. I know when I consume social media, I oftentimes don't like and do all the things that I need to do to help that person get the likes and the notices of those likes that they need. So I'm reminding everybody to do that now. And as I was saying, you don't have to subscribe to the oracle nature of the cards. You can think of the cards as a creative prompt. So you are, thinking about an issue, reflecting on something going on in your life, and you just need a new perspective, or you need a word that's going to take your thinking in a different direction, expand your view of the situation, whatever that is. The cards can do that. They just offer you that little bit of information to add to the intention that you've set and allow you to think of that in a different way, or to be a reflection point for when we do go deep into meditation and have that discussion with our deep self, what I like to call our divine me. So I will shuffle. We will draw the top card. And our overall theme for this year in these very trying and challenging times is to let peace begin with me. There's never been a greater time for us to identify that peace within ourselves. And when we say let peace begin with me, what we're saying is let me know myself completely. Let me know who I am at my core, because it is from there that peace emanates. So when I know myself, when I know me, nothing can shake that. Nothing can hurt me. No external experience can knock that off. But it does take practice to identify and then to hold fast to what we know about who we are. Not about who everybody thinks we are, but who we know we are. So let peace begin with me is as much as let me know who I am, so that in these trying times, I know how to respond to them. I know what I need to do in order to help usher in a different way of living or being. So if we don't like what we see out here, there are ways that we can do what we must do to help change. We can protest, we can write letters to our members of Congress, we can do a number of things. We can volunteer at organizations that need our help. Whatever that is, we have to know who we are in order to identify how we are going to best serve our community and our world. So I'm here to have us all keep heart, keep hope, and in doing this together, being here together, reminding each other that we are all one. We are all part of the same creative force, whether we like it or not. And so learning to find that peace within ourselves, when I know who I am completely, I will then know that you are also who you are. You are also a divine being. And if we can get enough of us on that wavelength, then I do believe the world can be changed. All right, so we're ready to draw that card now. Top card, again, check out the artwork. How does it relate to what you've just written? Check out the, or listen to the description that I'm going to read about the card. And check out the theme and the buzzwords that go with the card and the archetype, which is for this week. Okay. All right, so we've had this card before. So it's a great card, and the card is transits, and the theme is climate, which may or may not be the climate as in the climate of the world or the globe, but the climate of the situation that you've just set an intention about and for. So I'm going to put the cards in a space where you can see them as we reflect about them, or it. There it is. Climate. Seeing here is the right way of seeing the card. How is what we're seeing on that card right now, the circles, the concentric circles, the person that is kind of in a fetal position in the center of the circles. This is all about transit. The colors, how does that relate to what you have written down as your intention? And I am going to read about how those transits work. So this is in the changing states section of this little book about the cards. Changing states. So we're in a state of transit with whatever that situation is that we've written about. The planets are always moving through time and space, always spinning around us. When those planets form geometric relationships to one another, they create transits, the astrological weather conditions of the day that affect us all. When a moving planet forms a geometric relationship to a planet in your natal chart, that transitioning planet can act like a guest who enters your house, sits in your kitchen, or sprawls in your living room. It activates that part of your existence. If that transiting planet talks to your Mars, it activates your warrior nature and your fight or flight response. If it talks to your moon, it initiates a story centered around your home, your family, and how to nurture yourself. The action of this card, remember that the situation is in flux and surrounding conditions are changing. Stay alert, aware, and be ready to respond to incoming dangers and opportunities. Some people are moving in, some others are leaving. New opportunities open and old chapters close. Listen to the grapevine for changes in personal or economic conditions. You are not in control of these elements, but you can make the most of these changes and dance with fate. People that walk into your life now may be karmically important. Either the relationship will last a long time, or it may be short, pithy, and teach you a valuable lesson. It can be helpful at this point to look at the transits in your natal chart. There is no volume control on this card's energy. Transits may trigger a small change in the personnel around you, or it could signal a shooting star that blazes across your life and turns your direction entirely. You have choices, though. Ask for grace and guidance when responding to the changing circumstances. The challenge of this reading, wild cards are in play. You are not in control of who or now what brushes your life, and that can be scary. The gift of this card, even though life is an ever-moving circus and you do not control the people and events transiting your life, know that you are in complete control of your response to the transit. Choose wisely. Choose wisely. All right. So that's a big card. It's a neutral card. It's just a fact. Things are changing. Things always change. And we cannot oftentimes affect those circumstances around us, but we can affect how we respond to them, which is really all we can ever do with what's going on in the world, is changing our response. So let's think about getting relaxed. Let's think about going deep and having some sort of communication, some sort of dialogue with our deep self, with our divine me. And we'll go from there. So we're going to start by relaxing our body. We're going to start by taking a couple of deep breaths together. We're going to inhale. Make sure our sound is good. We're going to inhale through our nose. We're going to inhale fully. We're going to hold, and then we're going to exhale slowly. Again, inhale. And hold. And exhale slowly. Good. And every time we breathe in and breathe out, we are relaxing our bodies. We are relaxing our mind. So let's inhale again. And hold. And exhale completely. And now you can allow your eyes to flutter closed as we bring up our card. There it is, the transits card. And so let us go deeper and deeper into ourselves. Breathing in and out, inhaling and exhaling. More and more relaxed. We're relaxing every bit of our bodies. We are releasing any discomfort. And we're releasing any tension or pain. Just for these few moments. Maybe we become attached to those discomforts and pain. And we're also releasing our angsts and anxieties. As we do, we find ourselves deep, deep, deep in our own internal universe. As we become more and more relaxed, each breath, we are deeper and deeper within ourselves. And in this space of depth, bodies remain tethered to the earth plane as our minds are allowed to fly and float freely in this space, this internal universe, this universe within. We feel so safe here because we are here together. We are being guided here. We've set our intentions so we are clear with what we are looking to answer or explore. And here in this depth, we become very aware of a presence that is both next to us, very close, but is also within us. And it begins to communicate with us. For it is our deep self, our inner voice, our divine me. And as we are here with our divine me, which is both awesome, maybe even a little intimidating, we decide to embrace this aspect of ourselves with a beautiful imaginary embrace, this embrace that takes place in our mind's eye. Make it be deep and safe and understanding. And hear and feel the words, the thoughts of our divine me. Hear these words and allow them to resonate through yourself. I love you. I love you eternally. I am here for you always. I never leave because I can't leave. You are a part of me, and I am a part of you. I am you. And I ask you to see my face, to feel my presence as you explore your own intention. Because just for a moment now, I'm going to reveal a maelstrom of chaos and invite you to see me through, to see through the chaos, to see through the storm. And so as we are here in this space, ever so quickly, remembering we are safe, remembering we are solid and strong, we start to feel a wind blurring around us, whirling and whirling. like a tornado that uproots everything around us in our mind's eye, as our life and everything in it flashes before us and around us. We are in that tornado's vortex that Dorothy was in as she flew from Kansas to Oz, seeing all of those visuals move by us, maybe feeling taken off our balance, knowing we are tethered like trees are rooted in the ground, but also sensing the chaos around us and needing to hear something to bring us back. And what is bringing us back is the sound beckoning us of our own voice calling us. See if you can hear it through this chaos, through this hurricane, through this maelstrom. I remember you. I remember you. I remember you. I remember who you are. I remember who I am. I remember what we stand for, what we fight for, what we live for, and what we die for. I remember. I remember. I remember who I am. Feel those words. Feel that synchronizing with our deepest self. Feel ourselves align with our deep self as we are saying to our deep self, as it says to us, I remember you. I remember me. I remember what we must do and who we must be at this time and at all times. When I listen, I remember. Let us embrace that deep self, that divine me. Let us embrace. Let us feel the safety. Let us feel the power and the empowerment. The transit. We can see stillness in the chaos, and that is how we manage the flow of the chaos. So as we remember, allow that chaos to flow. Know that it never takes us down, for the voice tells us how to navigate. And the voice is now saying, let us return. We can allow the chaos to flow. And when we do, it is not as chaotic. We can reach out to others for help in this space, in this transit from one perspective to another. And let us allow ourselves to float back into our bodies ever so gently, greeting and saying goodbye to that deep self, to that divine me that is always there in our hearts and minds when we choose to be aware of it. As we fill into our physical bodies, reanimating our feet and legs and torso and shoulders and arms and hands, we reanimate our face, and all of the components of it, our eyes and our nose and our mouth and our ears. We know we can meet the challenges. We know we can be triumphant as long as we listen to the voice during our transit. We control the climate of our lives through our listening and understanding of who we are. Let's take our deep breaths, 3 of them together. We're going to inhale and exhale quickly and open our eyes on the 3rd. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. And one more deep breath as we inhale and exhale quickly, returning ourselves together. Thank you. I hope you were able to sense that safety and that comfort of that voice who is answering us, who is being here with us in the chaos, allowing us to make that transit, to affect the climate of all that is around us when we know who we are. So with all of that, we can now send these off into the flames. And so if we were in person, you'd be bringing them up to me. Of course, that'd be your choice. And then we let them off into the flames. Oh, my candle needs to go out. So I'm going to light one, and then we're going to send the other one with it. There goes one, there goes the other with it. As they go together, blend together, that's all of our intentions being burned together with each other. And scene. Thank you so much for being here this evening. I am so grateful for you. Let's see, Kathleen was here. Thank you for being here, Kathleen. You won't see that, but and if you are elsewhere with us, let's see if you've gone there on Facebook. And again, it's hard for me to check, so I'm going to just let you do what you need to do and be grateful that you've been here. I love you so much. And let's meet back here again in a week. Remember, always let peace begin with me, and let that me out of you and know that it is glorious. Let peace begin with me and be glorious with it. So, good night.